Welcome to our YouTube channel Aman Codes. In yesterday's episode, we have discussed about simple and freeware and open source. These are the futures of Python. So, in today's episode, we are going to discuss about platform independent. This is the important feature in Python programming language. First of all, we have to know about what is platform. So, platform means type of an OS being used for executing a program. In order to execute a program, what type of OS that we are using is known as a platform. So examples, if we are using Windows OS, then Windows OS is a platform. In order to run a program or in order to execute a program. So that is about platform. And next, what is OS? OS stands for operating system. Operating system is one of a system software which acts as interface between the programmer and computer hardware. Computer hardwares like RAM, ROM, keyboard, mouse, monitor, etc. The definition of an operating system is operating system is a system software which acts as a resource allocation manager when a program is executing, and it also acts as a resource deallocation manager when program is executed. Means after program execution, it deallocates. For suppose an end user want to give an input for a program, the OS allocates the keyboard and monitor to take the input from the end user, and after the program execution it will deallocate that keyboard and monitor from the user. So this is an example what OS does. So here resource represents secondary memory, RAM, CPU, monitor, keyboard, etc. Things are come under computer hardware or resources. We have two types of programming languages. They are platform dependent programming languages and platform independent programming languages. In order to know about platform dependent and independent, we have to know about language compatibilities. First of all, data type. Data type is used to allocate the sufficient amount of memory space in a main memory to store the data. Means, for suppose A is equals to 100 is there. In order to store that variable, we want some memory space where in main memory. So data type will allocate the sufficient amount of memory space in main memory to store that variable called A is equals to 100. Language compatibility in C or C++ programming language. So if we consider the data types in C, the basic data types are int, float, double character. So in Windows, for int, it takes 2 bytes of memory space. In Unix, it takes 4 bytes of memory space. So if we observe here the memory spaces and Unix operating system memory spaces are different from the OSs. So I'm concluding that C++ programming language data types takes different memory spaces on different OSs. So if we consider in Windows OS, it takes some different type of memory spaces. If we consider in Unix OS, it takes some of different types of memory spaces. So program in Windows operating system, we want to run in Unix operating system does not works. So we write a program in Unix operating system. We want to run that in Windows operating system. It does not allows. It does not allows because of these memory spaces are different between the operating systems. Hence, C or C++ languages are called as platform dependent languages. So if we come to Java programming language compatibility, so in Java programming, we have primitive data types. Primitive data type means which stores single value only. Primitive data types. So in that we have byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean. Here in Windows OS, in Unix OS, the memory spaces of the two OSs are same. Here byte stores 1 byte of memory space. Here also one. Here short stores 2 bytes. Here also 2 bytes. So same memory spaces in different voices. It takes same memory spaces on different voices. So Java programming language related applications supports cross-platform execution and compilation. So if we write the program in Windows operating system, if we want to run that program in Unix, it's going to be work. If we want to write an program in Unix operating system, we want to run that program in Windows operating system, it is also going to be run. So it supports cross-platform compilation or execution. Java programming language is platform independent language. So here it is an independent language. It is an dependent language. Why we are talking about this Java? Because it has some limitations. Limitations of primitive data types means non-object approach. So it stores single values, right? Primitive data types are able to store the values up to its memory size and unable to store larger volume of data. Primitive data types are able to store elementary or single value and unable to store grouped or multiple values. Java programming language is platform independent language, but it has some limitations. It only stores a single value and does not store the multiple values. In Java programming, to store grouped values, we use object concepts from dependent languages and platform independent languages. Since C++ language data types takes different memory spaces on different OSs. So hence C++ language related applications does not support cross-platform compilation or execution. Hence these languages are called platform dependent languages. Why these languages are called platform dependent languages means they uses different memory spaces on different OSs. You take in every platform dependent languages, the data types differ from the one OS to the another OS. So for example, we are considered here C and C++ programming languages. So next, platform independent languages. So in platform independent languages, the memory space taken by the data types remains the same in all type of OSs. So if we consider the Windows OS, Mac OS, and Unix OS, if we take any type of OSs in platform independent languages, the memory spaces taken by the data types will same. So in effective platform independent language, all type of values will store in the form of objects and they can store unlimited amount of data. Hence Java objects contains size restriction and memory space restricted, whereas Python objects stores unlimited size and unlimited values. Example, Java and Python are the platform independent languages, but Python is an effective platform independent language as compared to the Java. So this is about the platform independent language. So we will see in practical Java programming like this. Int a is equals to a large number, and if we press enter, it shows integer number too large. So it is not taken by the Java. So if we come to Python, Python, the data will be stored in the form of objects. So if take a is equals to 999 and large number of integer value, enter. So it has taken. So we are trying to print that value also. Print of a, see, it here the value is printed, right? So this is the main advantage between the Java and the Python. Java is a platform independent language, but it does not store this type of data. It throws an error. If compare with Python, a platform independent language, and it stores this type of this Python is an effective platform independent programming language, And this Java is an platform independent programming language. So as practical, we saw this. This is all about today's episode, platform independent. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching.